Alright, here we go. Oh, Pranav, up to 1200. That's nice. I feel like that's relatively recent, that climb. Let's, I guess I'll go with my usual line against the Catalan. I should learn the Queen's Gambit Declined, though. I feel like that's a pretty important opening. Oh, that's new. He hasn't done that yet. I think I'm still going to take. And then maybe I develop my light squared bishop here, just to kick out his knight. And then I'll move this knight here. Okay. Well, if I move this knight not here or here, I'm hitting this pawn. So I could move it here. No, I can't move it there. That's down. Let's just centralize the knight. I think this is a good spot for it. And then my other knight can come maybe here and then here, or here and then here. Okay, well that makes the choice easier. Let's go here with it. Alright, I guess I'll trade off the knight. Maybe I could try and play f5 at some point. But then I think he just goes here. I am threatening to take this pawn now also, unless he does something to defend it, which he does not. I'm not sure. I guess the goal of that move is to prevent my knight from coming forward. So I'm going to take this pawn. Expecting maybe rook d1. It's an interesting move. What to do now? I could play rook fd8. And then try and get rid of his bishop. don't see any tactical things I can do, so I guess I'll just do this. And my queen has plenty of escape squares after he brings one of these rooks here. I guess I'll bring it here and blockade the pawn as well. That seems decent. Maybe I should have come here and then I could have played g5. Oh, that would have been good. I think that would have trapped his bishop. I can still play g5 though and then drop my queen back to that square, and I think it all works fine. That move I don't really understand the purpose of. Maybe he wants to, I mean, he can't take this pawn. If he takes this rook, then I can just recapture. So I think I'm going to come here. Oh, I don't know if this works actually, because if I do this, then he can play here. And then if I drop the queen back, then he takes. And if I instead take, then he has a path open for his bishop. So I guess I'll drop the queen back here first and then play it. Can't push the pawn forward, and he can't bring his rook here, or here, or here. I guess he wants to double his rooks. But if he doubles, then I can take. And then after he recaptures, I can capture this, and there's no back rank threat. And I'm now a minute and a half up on the clock, so I think I'm feeling pretty good about my position here. Okay, so he doubles. I think I can still just take this, and then if he takes here, then I take, and then he takes, and I have to move my king up. So I think actually it is better to go this way and then take this, because his bishop is not going anywhere. Now we take this, and if he comes here, then I get his queen, and there's no back rank because my king just slides up. And also this pawn is hanging now. So I can't move the pawn because I dropped my queen. I guess I'll just defend the pawn like this. I'm not super happy about this move, it's kind of weakening. Now my bishop is undefended. That probably was not what I should have done. I probably should have just let that pawn die. Okay, this I don't think I need to respond to. I think I can just take this pawn. I think I'm gonna drop my queen back and try and force a trade of rooks. I could also drop my bishop back here and try and force a trade of bishops. That seems pretty good. So is the idea of this move is, I guess he's getting his rook out of danger, but is there any shenanigans here? I guess he could bring his rook here. It's not super dangerous, but it is something to be concerned about maybe. So I'm gonna bring the bishop here, offer a trade. And then if he doesn't take the trade, I'm going to drop my queen back here just to make sure my defenses are nice and strong. And if he does take, then I'm taking with the knight, so I'll pre-move that. Actually, no, I won't pre-move. Oh, it doesn't matter. Do I take the bishop first, and then let's say he takes this pawn, or he pushes the pawn, and then I take... I can also take here, and then he brings his rook in, and then I can take here. Let's come here, I guess. I need to get my queen back into the game. Also, I need to start doing stuff with this knight. I think that was a mistake because now his rook can't come here. I guess he can come to this square, but my queen guards that. So let's bring the queen back. Actually, Oh, I guess he's threatening to take this, and then if I take, I lose my queen. So let's drop the queen back, and then I'm going to play here and try and set up a discovery on his queen. Let's go ahead and come here. I'm not really worried about him taking this pawn, because I could play here, or even just here. Oh, I guess his idea is if I come here, then he plays here with check, and I can't take. Or I could come here, but then he could move the queen away with check. And so then this fork doesn't work. So I think I just have to take this and reveal the attack on his queen. It's unfortunate that that's a good move, actually. I think everything is still fine though, because I've got a lot more pawns than he does. And also I've got a minute extra on the clock. So I'm just going to snap up this pawn, or try to at least. Maybe I'll bring my king a little bit closer. That was a mistake. Go ahead and take this pawn. And then I'll come back over here to this one. Then I'll get my king close to this one. Go ahead and take that pawn, so I don't have to worry about it. Let's come over here. I think I messed this up. Drop all the way down. And then come here. Now I think I'm fine. Just need him to run out of time. That was a close game. Oh, he is gonna take it. Interesting. Go ahead and castle. No, don't I have this? And then if he takes, I have a double check. And then maybe he comes forward. And I take this. Oh, I didn't think about his bishop coming back for some reason. That was dumb. Let's develop this knight. Can't I just push this pawn? And then if he takes, I take with check, and then I take the bishop. And if he moves, I guess I'll just move it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that. I'll probably put my knight here. Move my queen so it's out of this pin, and then I can play this. So I could take, and that forces the queen trade. And then maybe I can try and use this pawn to win. Promote the pawn and get my queen back. Okay. Let's think about how I'm going to do this. So I think a good starting move is to bring the knight here. That way the bishop gets kicked out. Well, maybe not actually. Maybe I want to get the knight to this square. So maybe I come here in order to still hit the bishop, but then I can move my knight here. And if he trades knights, then my pawn is nice and it has a nice spot to help the other pawn promote. And it leaves this square open for my bishop where it can defend the pawn. I feel like he's going to play rook here or castles or something next. Okay, I guess this doesn't work because of that. So maybe I give this check first. Force him to lose castling rights. And then I can bring my bishop up. Bring the bishop to defend. And then I can bring the knight over and try and force a trade of knights. And I don't really care about losing this pawn. All I care about is making sure this pawn promotes. Also, if he takes it, maybe I have this check, and I'm not sure what happens after that. Okay, he wants to trade rooks, so I don't think I can play this anymore because he would just take it, and that's no good. And obviously I don't have the check anymore. So I guess I will trade, although I'm not super happy about that. That's smart. I wasn't expecting him to take with the knight. But actually, maybe that's not smart, because now my knight can just come here and defend. And I'm cutting off his bishop. I guess he can take, and I lose my passed pawn, but I create another one, so, and I trade off a bunch of pieces, so I think I'm fine with that scenario. Let's, what am I gonna do now? Maybe bring my rook here. Bring my king up to defend that pawn. Also, now that my rook is involved in the defense, maybe I can come here with my knight. And then after he pushes the pawn, I don't know, actually that's not that good. I guess maybe I just start trying to push these pawns. Maybe I run my king forward. I really don't know what you do in this situation. I'm going to try and prevent his pawns from moving forward. I guess he can play a5 if I do this though, so maybe that's not good. I can play a3. And then b4, and try and get my other pawns up. Okay, maybe I'll play here to prevent this pawn from coming forward. Okay, I think I can play this now. This seems decent. I have no idea what he's gonna play. If he takes, then I'll recapture. And I'm still ready to do this move. That's a good move. If I push, then he can take, but then I take and he can't recapture because he would lose his rook for my knight. So I think I'm just gonna push. I don't really know how to make progress in this situation. Maybe I can just win on time again. Okay, now maybe I'll come here and start pushing this pawn. That looks pretty devastating. Oh, that's a smart move. Because now he can take this. Okay. He's still not threatening to take this pawn, so I think I just push this one. And keep trying to roll my pawns forward. Okay, what is the idea now? Maybe I come here and then push this, and he can take this, or no, he can't because it's check. And so his king will have to move to the side, and then I could push here, perhaps? I guess I'll go for that. I don't really know what else to do. Okay, that's a smart move. I guess I'm going to try and bring my king closer as well. Or actually, maybe I come back here and try and push this pawn again. That seems decent. He still can't take here unless he wants to trade his rook for my bishop, which can't be good. I think I'm going to bring my king forward. Or maybe I'd bring my rook around this way and try and do something with that. That might be the idea. I actually like that idea a lot. Okay, he gives a check. I wanted to move my king forward anyways, so that's fine. come this way, I guess, and try and win these 2 pawns. I might be putting myself into a checkmate threat here. That doesn't make sense to me, that move. Just gonna push the pawn, and presumably we're gonna trade here. But now my pawn just seems like it's way too far advanced. And now he's really low on time again. I will pre-move this, because if he takes, I'm going to take. I guess I could make a queen. Oh, he resigned. Alright, last game here. Let's play Queen's Gambit accepted, actually. I don't know a lot about this opening, but hopefully neither does Pranav. I'm not even gonna try and keep the pawn, I don't think. Actually, maybe I should. Play like here. Let's try and keep the pawn. I guess I could have played this move instead. That was probably better. Actually, I like that move a lot because it prepares my queen to give a check on A5. I'm gonna come here. I'm assuming he's gonna take this. I'm gonna recapture. He's gonna recapture with his bishop. I'm gonna play here. Yeah, I thought he might push. So now if I take, he could recapture with the bishop, which is pretty strong. I would probably be forced to play this move. I could try and ignore it and bring like my knight here. And then if he takes this way, I could take here. But then he takes here and I take there. And my structure isn't too great in that case. I've got a lot of weak pawns. if I take and he takes, then maybe I play knight here. That seems fine to me. You can threaten this square potentially, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. He might take with the pawn, actually. I guess yeah, I guess he could take with the pawn, but I don't know. That doesn't feel great to me. I can just bring my knight out and attack it. I feel like he's gonna play queen f3 and try and checkmate me. In which case, I'm gonna play knight f6 to block it. Alright, I'm gonna try and kick out his bishop. Interesting. I guess I'll take with the rook. That way my king can still castle and get the other rook out a little bit faster. Let's come here, I suppose, or here? Where am I going if I go here? Maybe pressuring this pawn once my bishop comes out. I could try and win the pawn here, but his knight is defending it, so maybe that doesn't make sense. Maybe I can come here and then here. Oh, here and then here. I mean, by the time I get there, his pieces will all be out, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense either. I'll come here. Okay, let's develop the bishop and prepare to castle myself. I don't think I'm going to, oh wait, actually maybe I am going to trade. If he takes with the bishop, then I can take here. He has to take with the knight. was a nice tactic. Let's just go ahead and castle, get my other rook involved. That move doesn't really do too much. Let's actually bring the other rook to this open file. Let's trade. That also makes some room for my king, which is nice. In fact, I'll use my king to defend. Bring the other rook up here and snag this pawn in a second. And then I'll just escort this pawn up. That guy's perfectly well defended right now. Okay, let's double rooks. Let's start trying to just eat these pawns. Maybe not this one because this rook is there. In fact, maybe I come here and force a rook trade. Let's do that, actually. If I take here, then I don't, and then after this check, I'm not really sure what I do. Like I bring this other rook. Well, he would probably hide his king here. And then I don't really see the mate. But it's a free pawn, so I might as well just snag it. And I'm attacking this pawn again now. So he's threatening to come here. I can come here, which prevents him from doing that, because if he does, then I have a ladder mate. And then I can come here and try and win his pawn. Not sure what his goal is. He wants to bring his second rook here and then come in. I'm just going to threaten to win this pawn. I think that's fine. I should probably trade off the rooks. One pair of rooks, if not both. Then I would be completely winning. Maybe I should have played this instead. I don't think that forced a rook trade, but alright, I'm going to take this pawn. And then I'm going to come back up here. And then I'm just going to start pushing these pawns. This one too. I think I can just take this. I don't see anything wrong with that. Right, he's threatening to win the bishop. I can't move it. He wants to come here. I think I'm going to play here. And this will give up one of my pawns maybe, but I think it also forces a rook trade. Bro, can you just like stop, please? I'm just gonna keep trying to force the rook trade. And then I'll maybe move my king up. Okay, never mind, he takes the rook trade. Come here and defend this pawn. I think I just start walking my king forward, and that's how you win this. Let's get the bishop on a defended square where it also defends the pawn. That pawn is pretty meaningless. Let's bring my king a bit closer. And my bishop controls the promotion square, so we should be good. I don't think it really matters where I bring my king. I'll just put it here. I guess I'll come over here. Or I'll come here actually, this is better. Because check. And then I queen. I think this is mate. Yep. Good games. I'm gonna be done for now.